Well, yes, sir. Yes, of course, I understand. Yes, naturally. Very well, sir. Yes, goodbye. Well, the Minister has authorised me to read to this meeting the result of the inquiry into the fire at Wentworth. This statement will be released to the press later this afternoon. Having examined all evidence closely, we find that the fire at Wentworth Detention Centre was deliberately and criminally lit. Inquiries have revealed that one of the victims of the fire, Barbara Louise Fields, was involved in a conspiracy to steal confidential documents from the administration block, and that the other victim, Heather Raylene Trapp, started the fire as a diversion. Trapp used a homemade firebomb and apparently had no idea how lethally volatile the device was. Both Fields and Trapp died in the resulting fire. This conspiracy had been timed to coincide with a planned assault on one of the prison officers by another inmate, Beatrice Ellis Smith. Separate charges will be following for this assault, which had no bearing on the cause of the fire. Smith will be charged with assaulting an officer and conspiring to destroy prison property, and Latham with willful destruction of prison property. Their cases will be heard by the visiting justice on his next round.
And poor Mouse is the bunny again.
Oh, come off it, Lizzie. How much more?
Not many. We're nearly finished.
It's bloody typical of the screws. They tell us to get this lot done, then they take 2 women out. They could have at least given us someone else.
Screws would never think of that.
How come Bea and Chrissy went anyway?
Well, they reckon the cops are pushing to get them charged with the fire, probably asking them some more questions.
Oh, bugger it. Now look what I done.
Don't worry, the screws will never notice that. Hey, come on, you lot. You'll never be finished in time for the party.
Excuse me. Where have you been? We've been working.
Well, we've been to see the governor, and they've decided who started the fire. Who be? Mouse and Barbara. Oh, rubbish. Mouse couldn't even strike a match without being showed how.
Yeah, well, that's what the cops had come up with. It was the only way they could explain Barbara being in the Gov's office.
I reckon Mouse started to cover for Barbara being in there. Doesn't make sense. It's stupid.
Well, we're not going to argue with it, are we, Lizzie? It gets Bea and me off the hook.
And poor old Mouse gets another black mark against her, even if she is 6 foot under. Mouse wouldn't bother about that. She didn't even have any family to worry about her. And she'd be happy to think that she got you off another charge, Bea. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, one more thing. I reckon we should make the Savo's party a wake for Mouse and Barbara.
Yeah, bloody oath. Good idea. We'll give her a true blue send-off.
Excuse me, but if we don't get this lot done, we won't be having a party.
Oh, you're worse than the bloody screws, Maxie.
Yeah, much as I hate to admit it, she is right, though, so come on.
Here are the duty rosters, Mrs. Powell.
Oh, thank you. Miss Davidson. I've been wondering... Look, would it be better if I resigned?
Better for whom?
The department, Wentworth. I was partly to blame.
You heard the result of the inquiry, Mrs. Powell. Heather Trapp started the fire.
You don't believe that any more than I do.
True, but there are times when we have to fall in line with the department's wishes. If you were to resign now, it could be misinterpreted. When I said I was going to make changes, Mrs. Powell, I was not referring to you. You're far too valuable.
Thank you.
Oh, hi. Hey, listen, do you know anything about hemming? I always get it crooked.
So do I. My rent, I'm paid up now, okay?
Hey, where'd you get this?
Does it matter? You went crook on me for not paying my way, so I'm paying.
You know, your finances go up and down like a yo-yo. One minute you're broke, the next minute you're loaded.
Well, if you really must know, I pawned a few things. A damn good camera that I'd never even used and a watch my mother gave me.
Oh, Jean, there was no need to do that. I mean, I could have waited for the rent.
Well, it's done now, okay? You know, you really get me. I came here because my old man used to beat me up and you treat me like public enemy number 1. If I'd come straight from jail, you would have greeted me with open arms. What do you want?
I got the receipt for your rent.
Oh, well, just shove it under the door or give it to me later.
Listen, what are you up to in there?
Nothing. Just leave me alone, will you?
Where's the booze? In me bed. I collect it from the others. Hey, don't spill any.
All right, but we got to get a move on Buck before the screws find the bottles missing.
Oh, we'll be all right. They won't go in the rec room before the party. Hurry up. Here.
What's up, B? You don't seem too happy about us winning.
Not out of the woods yet. Still, it was nice to have the department by the short and curlies for once. I just don't like the idea of Mouse copping the blame for it, that's all. I know she could be a pain in the neck, but it still leaves a nasty taste in my mouth.
Look, she's dead, isn't she? And like Lizzie said, she would have been pleased she was helping us out.
Yeah, I guess. But if I hadn't been so keen on getting the freak, Mouse might still be alive.
B. It was an accident. If Mouse had stuck with Paddy, she would have got out. Same with Barbara. She could have got out with the rest of them if she hadn't gone running off to the Gov's office. You can't blame yourself, love. Bleeding Margot's got more to feel guilty about.
Yeah, I suppose. At least we got rid of the freak.
Yeah, come on, it's party time. Let's go and give absent friends a good send-off, eh?
Yeah, okay. Eat, drink, and be merry.
What do you reckon about the bike poster? Pretty good, eh?
Oh, I never knew you were into brunettes, Maxie.
Not the bird, the bike. It's a Moto Guzzi. And that's what I'm going to get when I get out of here.
Terrific, but do we really have to have posters of birds on bikes all over the rec room?
Oh, I wouldn't mind if it was a bloke.
Well, it's not my fault. I asked you to bring me in a bike poster, and that's what she brought in.
That figures.
Sure does.
Well, don't pick on me. It's not my fault.
Good evening, ladies. Now, what are you going to have? I've got lemonade, orange, cola, creamy soda, and the secret ingredient.
Oh, I'll have a bit of cola.
Yeah, well, what am I going
What should... Hello, Mrs. Pell. Come to join the party?
No, I haven't.
Like a drink, Mrs. Powell.
Listen, you lot. There'll be no noise in here. Otherwise, you can go straight back to your cells for the rest of the day.
Now you heard, Mrs. Powell. There'll be no noise. So there'll be no communal hymn singing.
Yeah, come on, Lindsay, give me a drink.
You going out?
Oh, yeah, they're going to have a party at Wentworth to celebrate them going back.
Well, what about the shop?
I think I'll close early. We're not going to lose many customers the way things have been going lately.
Fair enough.
G'day.
Afternoon, Miss Bryant. I understand you got a woman called Hazel Kent staying here.
No. I mean, we did, but she left a while ago.
Well, how long ago?
Well, look, is something wrong? Is she in some sort of trouble?
Well, could be. Just want to ask her a few questions, that's all. She gave a real estate agent some cash for a bond and a month's rent on her house. Since then, she hasn't been back in touch with him.
I mean, it's hardly a crime to try and get a place to live, is it?
Well, it is when the money comes from the proceeds of an armed robbery.
You sure?
The serial number's checked with the heist in Perth 3 weeks ago.
Perth? I mean, she'd never go to Perth.